So now we've covered using basic arrays. You can push them, pop them, or modify them to add, remove, or change something that's in an array, and we know how to create them. But one of the most powerful things about arrays is that they're not only in one dimension. You can not only have an array of values, but you can have an array of arrays, or even an array of an array of an array. We're going to stick with 2 dimensions for right now, though, because it gets a little complicated. So first, I'm going to change our values here so that instead of a 1-dimensional array, we're going to have a 2-dimensional array. We simply say var equals array like before, and this time, instead of comma separated values, we have comma separated arrays. And then these arrays are just like the old statements. Here I have a list of some car names and then some random numbers. Now, what's going to be interesting here is now that this is an array of arrays, our for each can't process it anymore because now index is going to be another array. So what we're going to have to do to resolve that is stack our for eaches. So we'll go inside and we'll say for each index as $value, then we'll create some input. And this time what we're going to do is we'll echo value in here, but we're going to leave the break tag out here. And what this is going to do is make it so that we're going to echo all of the values of the inside of the array, but we're not going to go to a new line until we change arrays. This allows you to start having some flexibility with your output. And let's line these up a little bit, just so that they're a little clearer where they're going. It's always a good policy in your code to keep your opens and closes on the same line so that you know where your values belong in each statement. Because if you have multi-dimensional arrays or anything else, a for each of a for each of a for each can get really confusing. And we'll also put a space at the end of our value so that we can tell them apart. The numbers will be separated a little bit. And we're going to have to comment these out because we don't want these to process. If you put 2 slashes in front of something, then when the file runs, it'll basically ignore these. It's a good way to comment stuff if you want to describe the code that's below, or in this case, make some code not run. Push and pop doesn't work with multi-dimensional arrays, so we're going to comment it out. We're also going to comment out print_r just to make our screen a little clearer. And now here's the result. Now we see Volvo 2218, a new line, BMW 1513, and we can print out different values. We now have all of this stored in one multi-dimensional array, but we're processing it out so that it's formatted how we want it to. Now, arrays are important for more than just formatting data. In fact, you're going to need them for a lot of our forms. Let's see why. If we come back in here to the form we made, we're going to add a new input. This one's going to be a multi-select. In this case, the select's name is lessons. And notice these brackets right here. This indicates that we're going to pass more than one value back. It's going to pass back an array full of whatever options we select. So we're going to get an array back, and we're only going to get a 1-dimensional array. So we're going to change our for each here to be back to a single-dimensional one. We're going to copy index over value. And then let's go ahead and change our else up here so that it's 1-dimensional too. Copy this. There we go. And now we'll save the post name to lessons. We've saved our file. Let's watch it run. The first time, we have everyone's name because we don't have any post data. But our actual form is down here, and it says hello from creativeonlineschool.com and ask for your name and what lessons do you want to learn. And we have 4 options. Let's say that we wanted to learn about SQL and Oracle. Let's click Submit. Now it's printed out MySQL and Oracle, the 2 values that we selected. It did this because we submitted it as an array, and that array allowed us to print out the values. Many kinds of form elements will be passed as arrays, and you're going to need to understand a good use of them if you're going to make web pages. Hopefully these will give you good examples. That concludes our lessons on PHP. Thank you for watching, and this and other lessons can be found at creativeonlineschool.com.